Hello traders and welcome to this Bitcoin technical analysis video. So Bitcoin is finally breaking down from its 2-month range and 3 weeks range. We've hit some nice profit targets on our shorts, and also we had a lot of trades yesterday. Past 48 hours I had over 20 trades. In today's video my plan is I will be showing you how I was predicting move to the downside for all our traders in the group and for myself, of course. We've seen some pretty strong signs of weakness for this breakdown. Second part of the video, we will have a look on my trading, because if I'll be going over Discord posts and I already have these trades here, so I'll be showing you trade management, reward ratio, reasoning for taking trades and so on. In the last part of the video, we can have a look what we can expect from Bitcoin. That's going to be this final stage. Now, in this intro, I just want to mention why is Bitcoin breaking down from fundamental perspective. We have 3 reasons. Bitcoin loves pullbacks after halving. We recently reached the halving on 20th of April, and we usually have people who are buying into the halving, and they expect there will be some large pumps. And as these pumps did not materialize, we had those people closing and leaving the market. So that's first fundamental reason why Bitcoin had, chance for pullback. The second reason for the pullback is also in this range, in this 2-month range, we had the main influx from the ETF buyers. They are buying mainly from this spike here, largest delta. So once you start losing this 2-month range, ETF buyers, many of them are weak hands who are just looking for much shorter gains, are start to close as well. Especially if we go much lower, they will be closing even more. That's second reason. And the third reason is very, very simple. The global macro situation is worsening. We have sticky inflation. Dollar is getting stronger. The equities are falling. The yields are rising. The Fed is postponing any rate hikes for this year. There is chance only for one rate hike this year, at December. And there is possible scenario for stagflation. So risk assets as Bitcoin they need to reprice. So all these risks are heavily putting pressure on Bitcoin. Plus, you have this technical analysis and orderflow, which was also warning us. So we should really start with that. There was extremely critical post in a group. Like this post had so much value. It's really hard to describe, but of course I will describe it. So here is the post. We really need to go over that. So I will be turning on the auction market theory, our VA levels, really critical. There are only few things which work in technical analysis. Most of them are just rubbish or noise. But AMT definitely strong because it's providing us trade on every single day. Plus they affect my bias heavily, right? So here is my post done on 26th of April. This is Friday. How to recognize signs of weakness from AMT or medium time frames. This was warning posts because some of them could be bullish. They were trying to buy the dip and so on. But if we start to see signs of weakness, of course, it opens roads to the major moves to the downside. So 7 weeks point of control and high volume node area was hard pill to swallow for Bitcoin to open road for another big range rotation into the 2-month VAH. We will go over this first sentence. So this was as we are pushing, yes, actually push up here was covered in previous videos. I made most money in these two moves from the 60k to the upside. Really, really good profits. Probably the best winning trades for past months. But we reached resistance. I told our traders this is main resistance area, 7 weeks high volume node with point of control. The only problem with this, I was expecting one more push to the upside, ideally maybe to the VAH of this range, or just tight swing failure pattern, so I could position better, but I had no chance to position here, so I actually was not in short from this area. There is zero mentioning from shorts from this area, but longs from here, I was telling group I'm taking tactical profits. I took really good. I had left like 40 to 30% of the position once we reached this area, so I didn't leave much to the market for to take money from me. I booked that. You need to pay yourself. So market is not taking it away when you reach resistance. You just need to do that. So by the way, short I was taking short I was taking from 64,500 was done over here. So okay, I don't care. I missed, how much I missed? 3%. I missed 3%, but this short was much better. It was very impulsive move to the upside, exhaustive price action at the top, and we need to go to 50-minute time frame. Binance perpetuals, because so we can see in history over here. So we had there was pretty easy time for Bitcoin to pump into the 64,500s for the liquidity, but in the end we've got finally selling pressure on the perpetual markets, around 70-80 million, 300. How much was that? 300? Yeah, around 60 million of selling pressure. So we had perps. Now, as we were starting pushing to the downside, more walls were adding. They were lowering the walls, which is always a bearish sign because they're really chasing market to be filled. So I had really good short with pretty tight stop loss, and this short actually carried me to the downside. It acted as a hedge short in case we, of course, do this breakdown to the downside. I still have 30% of the position currently of this. I took another take profit because I was taking some profits on the way down over here and over here, yeah, in these regions. I still keep some because if in case Bitcoin is unable to reclaim 59,500 to 60k, it's like most immediate resistance, then I can still have this short, and if we break down these lows without swing failure pattern, I will be adding to the short over here again. By the way, I was doing one more adding, so my average entry is around 62,850 currently. All traders know exactly how I do this trade management. I described everything. So if we break down here, I'll be adding again. It's gonna be the main short I will be utilizing. So that's how it was done. So now let's return to the post. So yeah, let's go. Past few days, there is a very large battle going on between Gandalf defending two-month wall, and relentless Orcish forces selling. So sometimes I get carried by Lord of the Rings, sorry. Selling their precious Bitcoin into it because we were defending, actually. We were defending for some time. We were longing over here. Over here. We had some defense of the two-month wall. By the way, it's very crucial. If you lose this with the right momentum and volume, you open road to the downside. That's it's going to be rest of the post. Here we are. Losing Thursday low at 62,724 without swing failure pattern combined with weakened liquidity would signal your market is looking to complete another 13-day range rotation into the wall at 61,853. So here was the where is the low? First day. We've lost this low. Now market was more getting more choppy, but it was already resisting at this high volume node and point of control. Another push to the upside. This was my short, so I'm getting short over here. Now I'm seeing very strong rejection to the downside. Also Bitcoin falling with the stock market. Two-month val is getting lost again. As soon as you trade below two-month val, your bias is getting more to the downside. And now 3 weeks was also reached, 3 weeks val of this more local range. You lost it, so there is no AMT support for you anymore since you lost 61,800. And in my post I was saying once you do that, you expect move to the downside. You will be expecting moves for these lows here, for this one, and for this one. You can see that clearly in the post. Bitcoin built major liquidity of 2 months over here. These people had easy time to getting long. Everybody putting stop loss over here under these lows. Now it's going to be main target to the downside. So many lows. It will be decisive area, as if you lose it, we will expect another look on 60k region and below. To be honest, I think market is haunted and can't sleep well by the fact we haven't taken 2-month liquidity properly. We have series of very tight lows close together which offer us visual swing failure patterns, but they are almost equal lows too from higher time frame. It feels like we will repair it sooner or later once we start to see weakness from AMT, as mentioned above. It would mean I would be stopped out on some long-term positions, but replacing it with stronger low on high time frame with proper liquidity sweep is a great trade-off, while I can re-enter as well and refill my positions. That was, by the way, the plan. If we do swing failure pattern here, which we actually did, Yes, we had swing failure pattern of this low. We've traded that as well as a standalone, but in the end we break to the downside for that liquidity I was just showing you in the group. I'll be starting to going over my post. This was the 30th of April. This is Tuesday. I'm saying very simple post again, like complementing this big deep post. Until 61,850 area reclaim, 60k is coming. Is that simple? Yes, people were still longing. We had some scalp longs over here. It's fine to take scalp, but staying below this level, you just open road for the lows. That's the beauty of AMT. It makes everything so simple. Okay, so now I should really go and start scrolling down on our Discord. Let me check. 5-minute time frame. Okay, because I had a lot of trades in this nice local range. Look at that. Majority of them were longs. Now they are paying off. I will go over my Discord post now. I'll be scrolling down. I don't want to go over everything because it's going to be a few-hour video. We just need to be under 1 hour. Yes, here is my trading. Like, this is no other group does that, like showing full transparency positions, how I take trades, trade management, take profit and everything. We plan to trade 60k, but we need to go really down. When we finally broke down where the main juice started, and we will go over everything, mainly from the order flow perspective. That's the only thing which is giving you advantage in your trading. So we are doing this first breakdown. Now we are taking nice liquidity, major liquidity of 2 months, single prints taken out, very exhaustive move to the downside. I can have these trades turned on 1-minute time frame, so we can actually see. These were counter trade longs, so market was moving heavily to the downside, but I was doing counter trade longs as well. We need to go to 1-minute time frames on our Tradinglite, so you can see clearly what was happening. Zooming in, here we are. So Bitcoin, that's very different. We had some big breakdowns in the past, but we also had pretty empty order books. Now Bitcoin has really fat order books. What does it mean for you as Bitcoin is breaking down? It means you expect change of structure. You don't expect just one massive candle to the downside, few $1,000 candles to the downside. No, you will have bleed the downtrend with big bounces, because you are locally absorbing all these sellers into these big walls. So market needs to digest all these absorptions. Plus you also have people shorting into the lows as well. So you are getting these really nice counter trade bounces. So this was my first trade over here. Let's go further. There will be confluence shown on each trade as well. This was what? This was local swing failure pattern actually. Yes, here we are. This was the also the spot balls. They were providing us nice bounce to the upside. One of our traders was also showing we have very big orders below us. So yes, we actually expected stabilization here, further scalping bounces. Yes, we were aware we have big liquidity. Yes, big liquidity to be taken. That's also what you need to consider. Like Bitcoin needs to take this massive liquidity node so it can get into the local range at least, because it will finish the main mission. You see where the liquidity is ending? Liquidity is ending at 56k. Yes, where did we find stability on Bitcoin after this drop? 56,500. So we actually took most of that liquidity which was posted. Now I'm watching as Bitcoin is dropping. So we have zero support here. This was single prints inefficiency. Of course, no support for Bitcoin. You also have very limited support below 55,500. You would expect few $1,000 move to the downside. But when we were pushing to the upside, this was 1-day range. Crazy, by the way. This is 1-day range and it actually stabilized Bitcoin, like all those volumes from 2 months. Yeah, this is just amazing. So Bitcoin arrived over here and I'm already telling myself I plan to scalp here more. I expect Bitcoin to settle here at least for a few hours or few days. We actually have a few days of stability here, yeah, to second day. So now I traded this point of control as well, the VAH altogether, and I know the final targets for the Bitcoin will be rotation of this range. Once we lose the point of control, it opens road to the 1-day val, which happened a bit later. By the way, 1.60% bounce, that's crazy for scalper, that's like huge profits. People were posting swing liquidity, but you don't expect swing liquidity to be taken, all this, because you have hundreds of millions in the order books, okay? Here we are. Another scalp for running the walls, another area for the potential scalps. 90 million orders, they actually provided a second scalp there. Let's go further. So this is the final of the. This was, by the way, first time Bitcoin started to see spot coming in. So Bitcoin started to be more range bound because spot was not buying until these moments. First spot buyers started to arrive. As I was saying, I was expecting this rotation to deval and find price stability. We can go back to the trades. This trade, so these 4 counter trade scalps, they were perfectly fine. Only this one didn't earn for take profit 1. I was expecting similar. Each bounce had, you can measure the bounces. Each bounce had very nice, like 1.2% something. But this one, I don't think this one reached 1%. Yes, this was less than 1. So I was expecting another 1.1% bounce at least. This was only trade I was stopped out in a loss, but these other trades were take profit 1 was 70%. So. No loss for me. Now this trade finally started to make good profits. Look at the reaction. Big volume is coming in. We are watching all that in Exo. Finally, first change of market structure. You are taking this high. So locally on 1 minute, you are changing market structure. More range bound opens. Now we have very big shorts coming in. We are seeing them in Exocharts. I actually marked this. I marked this area. Few hundred Bitcoin shorts were getting trapped in this area. So in future retest, when you go to them, it's going to provide you easy trades. Those two trades, which I'll be showing a bit later. We also reached the 0.25 extension. This is a confirmation of you reached the main range liquidity, which you see in Tradingdifferent and Tradingdifferent Hyblock. But we also have, if you don't have these tools, you can use extensions. 0.25 is always stopping out and liquidating the most aggressive people from the range pool, from the main range pool. Yeah, as I'm saying, 27 February of range, the range I was showing you. That's why market gets a bit of stability here and offer us few scalps. Only way how Bitcoin can save itself now is to reclaim 59 to 60k. I will start series of posts for the downside targets now and support areas. We can go over those series of posts. Why I was saying actually the only way Bitcoin can save itself. So let's go over here. 5-minute time frame, or actually higher time frame. So Bitcoin, this is also overlapping what is happening right now, but Bitcoin still has big resistance from this low. This is the first big resistance for the Bitcoin, and actually yesterday we had rejection there. So if we go to 5-minute time frame, I was also shorting that retest from the main resistance. Always think about Bitcoin and trading overall, not just candles and wicks. Think about people who are behind those, because price actions is comprised from a lot of it is people, not just bots. Most people who are buying, and especially heavy high volume lows in these regions, now they got trapped. So when market comes to the retest, it's very likely you get first reaction and rejection, because these people want to close their longs. So they are forced on the market to close, and they are closing, and they are pushing market down. As they need to close, they need to sell the position. Yes, we can see that on open interest. As we push up, open interest is declining heavily. Yeah, so we are open interest is rising, but now it starts to decline heavily on the coin margin contracts, and also over here look at the dump to the downside on open interest. Many trap longs from higher were closing because we had a lot of longs and shorts getting in these regions. So this rejection was pretty easy. Plus we had the order books again. 1 minute time frame over here. This is current price action. We need to go over here. Yes, again heavy pressure on the limit wall. So you also have defined risk of your short here. And the move down was really crazy. Another range rotation. But let's go further over some posts. Yeah, this was super exhaustive selling. Now market is rebalancing, from our trader was pointing out. I was posting in case we lose this range where we find stability, we have no support below us. We have so many single prints to be filled, maybe in the future, as if we lose the range. Now we were aware if Bitcoin starts to push to the upside, we have big single prints to be filled, so you will have double distribution day. Yeah, and in the end we started to fill, and we fill all the inefficiencies. Once we fill the single prints, that was short I was just showing you, into the order books, into the big resistance on higher time frames, all those lows. So yes, this was great short after. I was not looking in shorts inside the single prints. Once you get acceptance into them, you just need to let it run, and you very likely fill all of it. This was just not much resistance, yeah, inefficiency, big sell down. So we are also aware from the TRDR point of perspective. So we had some bands here, but not blue bands. Blue bands, they have 87% win rate on our TRDR templates. So once we got them, the ratio in the order books were 4-1 in the long side. Once we get here, you would need hundreds of millions to break down and do continuation. That's not how market works. Market is not one-way traffic journey. It needs time, it needs to build volume, it needs to build liquidity. So we, with blue bands, already were expecting the range at least to be formed and to be traded, which we did. That's you see this massive change, and also pushes to the upside from like not just range. You have potential to push $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 out of here, yeah, because you see the liquidity, you see the institutional demand is over here stabilizing the markets. Yes, blue bands, I love blue bands. What not to love on them? Okay, I can show you that in Tradingdifferent. So we go to our templates, and all templates for what we use we can find in our group. Bitcoin Heroes order books. We will delete this. Look at that beauty. Yeah, and even as you go over here, you still have these nice, but the blue bands mostly over here. Now as we are pushing, we are seeing some local pressure. So you see these pullbacks here, you are seeing more local pressure. You have big bits below us, but you also have more local, closer to the price pressure bits over here. So when you are long out of this range, you also take some strategical take profits over here, and you also can do hedge short. Yes, we did swing failure pattern today out of this high, so you also have strategic hedge short, or just bigger short than long. It's up to you. But yeah, super helpful. Easy trading with the bands. Much more easier trading just with with only looking at technical analysis. Order flow is, there's final boss into room. Here we come to another trade. So now we are pushing to the upside from the local range. Look at those shorts getting trapped heavily. Now market is pushing to the upside. There was never retest of the area. If you don't get retest on trap traders, this is become high value, high probability trade area. Those two trades I was taking over here. Let me turn them on again. 1 minute time frame. Over here, because we still need to go over this trade, but first we need to go over here. So market is pushing to the upside, big traders are trapped. Now we are going to the downside. Once we reached, I was taking he was double account short. One account was aiming just for shorter duration trades, main scalper. Other account was aiming for what? For full range rotation, okay, to the downside. So once we reach this area, I close position fully because I know we can get support from these trap traders. Yes, and also high volume node was there on Bybit. Now what you can do here, so we go to drawing. You can easily do something like this. You revisit, we often do that. We often revisit trap traders and we push to the upside. So of course for me, one of the accounts was already gone, the scalper, and the good scalper has no problem switching positions. So I immediately flipped into the long over here. And I got, for scalper, very, very juicy amounts. Around 0.70%, that's great. Another, because there was the area was a bit larger, so when first bounce was done, second bounce was done, I told our traders, I'm done with this area, because now this trader had chance to escape and close positions. I told traders, you will see that post somewhere. So that also matters, like to know when to pull the trigger and when to be in defensive. You already had 2 trades from the area, that's more than enough. The traded area is done. Trader was asking, you basically take it as the given that we go lower from here, or could this local range also be seen as consolidation before we move up again? On the higher time frame, we are in no man's land, but the order book suggests some support. At least curious your thoughts. I said that will depend how long we range here. If you check back in history, we really did V-shaped recovery after high time frame market threshold break. If order books provide strong stabilization here, and we will see large bull CVDs both from spot and perps, that can affect the outcome. Plus I will be able to position into much larger size from range swing failure pattern. If market bounces from here and I reclaim 51 to 69, I will have very limited exposure. So what I was talking about, when we turn off this, we can actually keep like 50-minute time frame. So market is doing this breakdown, yes, and it starts to pushing to the upside, but it initiates the V-shaped recovery. Now 51 to 60k reclaim would lead to much further moves to the upside because we have big shorts over here. They would fuel squeeze to the upside. So this was what I was talking about if we get V-shaped recovery. But I said I like to see market ranging more. Only one thing which we didn't get was swing failure pattern out of this low, but it's perfectly fine because we have hundreds of millions of bits here. So I didn't expect swing failure pattern anymore. I told the group I will be buying every single approach to the range lows and val before swing failure patterns. Because yeah, you just have this ball. You don't have hundreds of millions of volume to break down on a low open interest build up. So yeah, we are ranging. We can actually have a look if we do have bullish CVDs. I think we do have them. Yeah, we do have them. So my scenario, I told the trader, actually played out. Yes, super easy. So we go sideways range. Spot market continues to sell. Look at that. So spot is selling continuously, but we haven't taken out the low. I'm just comparing to this low, the main low of the range. Spot is selling, lowers are holding. You are seeing bullish absorptions on spot market. We go to the upside now, even heavier selling, taking out these lows and these lows, but market is still holding low. So you have bullish CVD on spot markets. That's even more important than from the leverage. How about leverage? So we are comparing to this low here. We are pushing to the upside now. This low was made. Delta was not lower, but pretty close. Yeah, not much bullish CVD here, but over here, as you are pushing to the downside, very heavy selling. Maybe I should refresh in case some bad data shows up. It can happen sometimes. Just a sec. Please. Okay. Yes, so data are correct. Now we are pushing to the downside. How is the delta? I don't see it precisely. We need to turn off the CVD from spot. Oh yeah, so you actually are doing higher low here, but the delta is similar to this low. You have minor bullish absorptions on the perpetual markets leverage. Yes, so you have, but the main theme for me is these bullish absorptions on spot market. So we get them. So the scenario I was describing to our trader played out as I wanted. We were ranging for some time. Bullish absorptions, I get time to be positioned into much larger positions. Just fantastic, you know. So I'm telling our traders, so I'm seeing hundreds of millions of orders in the order book. I'm telling traders local range lows also looks juicy for potential swing failure pattern. Nice walls build up. Let's go further down. This was the scalp we were discussing. This one. I will show everything. Full transparency. Some trades I was giving before they happened. Most people post their trades too late. Everybody doing post-trade analysis. No, not in our group. We post things before they happen. Oftentimes, this was the trade I was showing. Buy on the trap charts, closing. I was also showing. So here in this post, I was getting short in the single print resistance and swing failure pattern of this high, because single prints are your resistance, yes, until you start filling them. So very easy invalidation here. If you start to fill them, I'm getting out of the position. Super simple. We need to return back to the post and see. I was filling some large limit orders. I was also scalping at the same time. Take profits, take profits. With this first take profit, I'm already free in the position. So it's pretty easy to add to position to full size. As we go down, I'm taking more take profits. I was also always preparing myself. I'm always ready on Bitcoin. $10,000 to the upside, $10,000 to the downside. Everything is planned. I'm never scared, never in doubt. Always having my plan. That's everything. So I was already preparing traders. If we do swing failure pattern of these lows, those are like critical. You can trade them standalone. This area especially is like really great because you would have double swing failure pattern. Here is the other trade, second bounce from the trap shorts area plus main local golden zone. This was the trade I was describing. This was another trade for me. You see, we also had the golden zone. Golden zone is okay to use sometimes if it's in aligning with the good supports. Yes, so this was another trade. Let's go further down. I was posting, I don't want to trade anymore this area. I can actually, I remember the word I used, so I can use here. Here it is, yes. Second bounce from the trapped short area plus main local golden zone bounce. I now consider this area depleted for trades. Trapped shorts had enough chances to get out. Hope it shows you traders how you clearly look for clean monster or the flow support and resistance. Yes. So now after I get this trade, I don't take any more trades. I expect moves to the downside. I said this area already played out. All these traders have a chance to escape. Let's go further down. We are getting bounces again from these big walls. They just prevented us moves to the downside. Big pause, you can pause it now. I was sharing trades I was taking, of course, to our traders. Market yet again front run key low, but it was valid scalp. It was not at, I was not at PC, I was actually eating at that moment. I was just trading all day. You see we had very big lows here. Look at that, very close together, almost equal lows. Now market fixed those lows with much better low. Exhaustive price action here. This is your highest chance of winning the trade if you're getting these volume spikes, liquidations and everything together. So very, very good local swing failure pattern scalp. You didn't take range low, but that's understandable because if we go to Deribit, we don't watch Deribit as much, but we do watch it if there is some significant change in the order books. And if we go over here, where are you? Is over here. We had, this is actually insane, yeah, 34 million wall. It was retested. Yes, you see the week went down. If you really zoom in, you see 6.3 million was taken out of the wall. The wall survived. This is the one scenario I teach traders. When the wall survives retest, this is very bullish and you can actually get very nice scalp out of it. Under, you had another 34 million wall. This exchange trade, like in 2-3 hours, it trades like 60 million or 80 million. So if you have like 60 million walls on Deribit exchange, it's significant. Like we haven't seen such walls for weeks. Yes, so these walls also were helping to stop our market to take out range lows. That completely changes your way of trading. You don't expect swing failure pattern because you just have people protecting it, like one time, second time, third time. The wall was even raised a bit further. Someone really want to get the fill, yeah, the big guy capitals. So they're a bit hugely helpful. And of course, look at the buy BDA perpetuals. Big walls again, like protecting even over here, even more. They are raising. Look at that. We are pushing to the upside. This is showing me clearly a lot of intentions to fill positions in these regions. Doesn't matter if it's take profit or not, market just stabilizes. There is no volume, there is no real volume to push it, like with such low open interest build up. Yeah, wall was retested and survived. That's what I said. Let's go further. Now we don't short. We don't short here. You are getting into the over this high. You are now filling single prints. Zero shorts for us. We let the single prints fill. We are watching local liquidity as well. Yeah, I was showing the bands are playing out. When we have blue bands, we know what to do. We are in the long side. This was pushed from the FOMC. The Pavel was speaking nicely. So Bitcoin was heavy correlation in Bitcoin is done on the stock market. Everything was pushing to the upside. Bitcoin also as well. But I said very clearly, key low cluster. If Bitcoin wants to stay max beige, it will reject here. So we are rejecting. We are getting into the big resistance. I'm taking profits on my longs, and I'm positioning to the short I was showing you earlier in this video. Yes. Plus, we also, as we had perpetuals heavy pressure at the top, we had big spot wall also pressuring here. So this spooked market further into the full V-shape pullback. And we did finally the open interest washing. We had big shorts from higher, so they finally were spooked and they closed positions. This is also very healthy. But also, if you are rising on an open interest decrease, it is much higher chance you fade the move. Yes, because this is just shorts covering. It's not new demand. Open interest is not increasing over here. So yeah, this was very healthy, but also healthy for our shorts, so we can fade it easier. Also, it was primarily shorts covering. You have much more easier time fading good portion of it, which is helpful for your short. I literally said, stay in short. You have good chance of fading. So easy. So Bitcoin went into the big pullback again, 57k. I took scalp long with the wall as well, and also more take profit on short. Actually, yesterday I'm not even sure, but I think every single trade I nailed take profits and flipping to other side of the trade. Every single trade. These don't happen that often. It's just crazy. Then all our traders utilized it. Yeah, you see the stock market is also pulling down after Pavel stopped speaking. In the end, it was just a fake rally. Yes, we were discussing why we had no swing failure pattern of the range. This Deribit was blocking that. And again, Deribit wall is still preventing swing failure pattern. I took scalping it. So I'm longing so much. If you go into my trades, I'm longing this range so just too many times. This one I missed, but I was longing here and longing here. All these walls were, especially here with the walls I was showing you after they showed up. Like, how you want to beat these walls? Tell me. Very unlikely. You work with the odds. Yes, I can see the future a bit in trading. Yes, I can predict future a bit, but we still work with the odds, and odds are you will have no volume to break these walls and you will just bounce to the upside. All these people are longing, they are putting stop losses behind the walls. If market would pull all those walls, yeah, that would be really change of conditions, yes, but it never happened. They had intention because they were not pulled. Some of them got retest, they got filled. Oftentimes when we have not real walls, they don't let the market fill them, yeah. Same on Deribit, the wall was real, so everything was telling you the walls are there to like really stabilize the market. Look at that beauty. Tradinglite is essential part of our trading, one of the core of the order flow tools. Yes, another big post. Pretty juicy. We are building large walls and even more are getting added as we speak. Around 10,000 bitcoins just on Binance. Feels like we will range. On lower volumes, retail is getting on each higher low, and once we finally start to cascade stop losses smart capital, we fill those walls with ease, and there is high chance we get range swing value pattern. Preferred way would be filling it on open interest increase. We can fade it easier. If some large short starts to come in with open interest increase, that will be important to wait until they are properly trapped. This was a thesis, but still I was trading it. Open interest was not actually, you see on Binance, open interest is decreasing. It would need to really increase a lot, so we capture some longs, and they can, on their closing, they can push market to the downside and fill the big walls. That would be great because it would still give us very likely this swing failure pattern of the main range. It was one of the scenarios, yes? And I also said environment is changing. Dynamics do not expect swing failure pattern and trade what is in front of us until we truly get it, yeah? You will not be hoping and waiting for this low until you get it, you know. And I scalp long each time we approach range lows and also take profit on short. Simple reason. Trader was posting liquidity. I told him right away, pretty unlikely we take it at one go. I see 56 at lowest point for the market and then bounce. This was in case we lose the range. Because you would still need to, like 56k is still getting heavily protected on spot market over here. Yeah. So you take the low. You also have these big walls on the perps. You fill them all. Can very easily exhaust the market and push to the upside. But it even never happened. Market is so strong. So this is the day. Now I'm sleeping, so I have no post over here. So there is nothing else to add. So you saw all my trades. Of course, maybe I missed something or I didn't tell exactly what was the confluence. I was just going over them pretty quickly. I don't want this to be very long video, but all our traders see why I'm taking those trades with all those confluence from order flow and so on. So absolutely great winning day. I think I added like 10% at least to my scalper account. Similar percents to the, even more I think, and similar 8% or something to the day trade account. It was a lot of dual trading. Now we can have a look on so we can have a look on Bitcoin in case we break down to the downside a bit later. So this is bearish thinking. If we lose this low in the future, you will be looking. So if we, so these are the scenarios. If we lose this low in the future, all these lows are now building local liquidity. It's very easy to see. Look at this. This low, if you lose this low, I'll be looking for either a tight swing failure pattern out of the 56,400, or we will do full liquidity grab into 56k. This is the region I will be looking for bounce, at least scalp bounce, and then reclaim back into the range. That's scenario where Bitcoin, if Bitcoin wants to stay in this range, and all these big walls will be absorbing all this pressure and cause us the bounce. Scenario number one. Now, if we don't hold this low, we will be preparing for the moves to the downside, for the further moves to the downside. Now you don't have, look at these market structures, you have some very little ranges here, but this is no big support. We have so many single prints here. The main support for the Bitcoin starts from the previous range. This is 12-day range. We have point of controls here, VAX, and liquidity of the range. All these points will be evaluated for the support. For me, the best case would be really like to run this range, bounce from the poke, maybe range a bit, then take out the range liquidity and then start bigger range and push to the upside. That would be ideal, but I know I will not be looking for much trades in this area. I just let market to spill down. Yes. This is the 12-day range we will be trading in the future if that low is lost. We have a very big anchor VWAPs ribbon band is coming into the area that will be helping with stabilization, similar as these supports. Yes, like over here, this one, a lot of supports around it. We have army or order blocks. A lot of people trade order blocks. We will get them help. We will get their help. Some of them are strong because they change the market structure to change significantly market structure to the upside. You see a lot of order blocks are actually below the range here as well. So we will be focusing. We have army of order blocks to help us. In case this low is lost, we also can predict future range. So this is based on extension. So you have the This is the main range. Here's my main range from 1 to 0 bull, and Bitcoin really loves to create big ranges like in 1.5s and 1. So this is potential for the future range. If we go beyond, if you lose this range, then you will be looking for big targets at 44k as well, so you can create much larger range, but this is a realistic expectation. We also have the golden zone extension pool. Since this moment you have the high, low, high. Now after you took this low, you have 1-to-1 extension reached here, so this was nice bounce for 10% plus. And now the main target for these people, if until this low is taken out, is going to be this golden zone here. From previous range, you also have the trapped shorts. Around 8,000 Bitcoin shorts are trapped from overall exchanges. So we will be looking for their help, and they will be helping with the bounces. We always want some nice trap people. We have some naked dailies and weeklies in this area. We'll be trading naked point of controls. I'm preparing trades for everything, but you see, this is single prints which needs to be filled. So many inefficiencies. Once it's done, then we can focus on trading this range and the single prints below the range with the liquidity. Another key thing, this I can show you on the charts. So market structure long terms. These long-term market structures, they come from the previous cycle. For me, it's pretty key to, if we manage to reclaim this market structure and these lows here and these low and make it as a support, then we can actually return back to the range. Until that happens, this is now acting as resistance. You see, is already this area is acting. First time it already acted as resistance. Still, market is slowing down there. If we go to the downside, you see I have no long-term market structure support area, so I see no supports here, but this range actually stabilized in this big market structure. Look at that. It's from 2-3 years back from the previous cycle, and it was influential heavily on Bitcoin. So yet again, we look for supports in this. If you lose this, then this one. I also did a couple of so quick words about symmetry. So in 2021, we had 31% pullback in the middle of the bull market, which started in April and made main leg down in May. We are opening our 2024 May with main leg to the downside. So you see, we were, maybe I can show you on chart, this is a bit better to be seen. So we need just to highlight the May 4-hour time frame. We return back. We need to just go into deep because we are focusing on bull markets. So you see, like Bitcoin is truly repeating the symmetry. In April, we started moves to the downside of Bitcoin from the all-time high, push to the upside, and in May 2021, we did main leg to the downside. Bitcoin current price action, very similar. So in April, we are first pushing to the upside, but the second half of the May we are doing main legs to the downside. So May already pretty bearish, and now as we started the May, right at the start of the month, we did a first break moves to the downside. It's just interesting symmetry. Yeah. I also have the symmetry folder. Like symmetry and seasonality are supplemental things for the Bitcoin. I really love to watch that because it also works for the stock market. We go for the symmetry and over here. So yes, yet again, this can all be negated if you accept into the range, accept these lows, accept the 3 weeks val, then 2 months val. But in case we go below this low and we feel the rest of the inefficiencies, we have similar target of the previous bull market, 31% pullback at 50,000. Yeah. Around 50,000. If we fail to stabilize at 50k range, then you need to potentially consider we might do 50% pullback. This is also no stranger for the Bitcoin. This one I will open. You see when Bitcoin did, this is 2021 cycle, even as we were in bull market, in the middle of the bull market, Bitcoin did 50% pullback from May. No, actually this was the May, and then we had the pullback in the end of the May and June. So 50% pullback is possible in case Bitcoin doesn't hold 50k. Yes, and it's perfectly normal. You will still be bullish on the big time frames. you would need to take out this low to yeah, you still would have these bullish structures. This low is also very critical, so you better not take it out. 50% pullback, by the way, is at where it is. Oof, that would be painful. 36k. But yeah, we just need to be aware, because this is support, but it's not so strong as this one. This range is very, very big and strong support. Yeah, should find really bull market lows in this in case this fails. That's just how it is. So I went over these posts, so we are ready for the downside and for the upside. Yet again, let me show you what I want to see for the Bitcoin, because I'm still in the longs, so I want to see signs of strength. Let me turn on what we need. So we go high volume nodes, also turning on. It's not loading, so I need to refresh. Show me what is happening. Okay, so if we want to see signs of strength for the Bitcoin and our longs to be making much more money, the first step again is to reclaim this low, this and this series of lows here. This is now market structure local. You can see that very clearly. I will be adjusting it a bit. But yeah, this cluster of resistance needs to be reclaimed. After you do so, after you reclaim 60k, you will be aiming to reclaim and get back into the 3 weeks range. So you need to reclaim 61,800. If you manage to reclaim this, Bitcoin gets much better picture and moves to the upside. Then you will have very stiff resistance at the 3 weeks point of control and 2-month val. This is going to be decision area. We can actually, this is also decision area, but this is going to be even more important. So you come here, it's going to depend if you reject. Yes, it can actually lead to the much more downside. So you start to reclaim. So you come here, reclaim, then you rotate range to the upside. People take profit. You push to the upside, then Bitcoin becomes very bullish. By the way, I expect acceleration of the moves in the very specific area. So we go for the open interest. We were seeing in our tools, we had from this point over here, we had 156,000 open interest increase to over 10,000 Bitcoin. So from here to here, we have huge shorts. Over 10,000 Bitcoin. So that's over 550 million on the stablecoin major contracts. As we were pushing to the downs, as we are doing this correction, a lot of people closed, but we still have, I would say, 30 to 40% of these positions could be still open. They are more greedy. If you go above 61,000 and 61,500 and you start to actually trap these people, you will see short squeeze, very likely short squeeze to 62 to 63k. That's also important information for you. If you are in longs, you can be more patient while you do full open interest round trip and you see all those people and those shorts getting wrecked. Once they get wrecked, you can take more profit. You can actually go into short. We do these open interest trades often, so just be aware of this area. So this is from AMT. We know what we want to see for Bitcoin to see strong. Bitcoin has a lot of work to do, so we will see. Now, anchored VWAPs, how are they looking? So yeah, this one held us. This is Lucy. Very big anchor VWAPs held us. It was also confluence for our longs since we stopped out, because it's collecting volume from this range. From this range I was talking about, is super strong and is the maximum support area for the bull market, for the current bull market. It's collecting volume for 5th of December. So yeah, very big stabilization. But yeah, we are still below the main anchor VWAP. So this one is now big resistance from the main top. And also the anchor VWAP, which is measuring the current impulse from 38,000, is also still resistance. You see market was trying to flip it into support. It was actually very keen, because if you flip this, it means a lot of people who are longing this impulse from 38k will again feel the relief on their position. Will feel relief on the positions, and yes, if you push to the upside, if you reclaim, that's a really great sign for more upsides to come. So yeah, this one will be very important for me, and of course I will be watching this previous 3 weeks range anchored VWAP as well. It's also resistance. Yes, if you reclaim, then you can get clear acceptance into the range. Yes, we are now trying to fight this market structure local, but they will be doing it a bit higher like this. It needs to be wider because it needs to cover these lows as well. Yeah, so very key. Then we have these market structures we'll be watching. In terms of market structure, on 1 hour time frame, now Bitcoin has really big job to do because it needs to take out this high. So we need to actually push to this high to change market structure. So to negate downtrade, not just change market structure. Yeah, so you do. This is very, very key. But we don't have as much resistance from the weekly. How is the month looking? Yes, around these highs we now have big resistance from the month. So just be aware of this as well. In case we manage to go beyond this high, this is going to be now big resistance for us. This monthly, weekly volume point of control and monthly T-epoch. Yeah, so cluster of resistance. Potential swing for a pattern and rejection. So yes, I showed you what I want to see from the Bitcoin for the upside moves, what I want to see from the downside. Technical analysis still for me just 20%. Of course, we need to monitor the order books like today. Do you want to go shorts again? Again, we have chasing limits in the order book. So people are moving their limits which had at the bottom of the range at a much higher range. So you actually had really nice long over here. You don't want to go shorts against these walls. Look at the spot market. The spot market was doing same thing. It's chasing spot buyers also over here. So if you are starting just trading, I was actually still sleeping here, but it would be definitely my first long of the day. Just going with the trend, just going with the order books. And we will be watching how are the order books also developing. There is not as much spot resistance, but the closest one, like 60k, is now psychological barrier. And also on the order books, we have a resistance in the 60k. If we go over here, 60k, a bit of Coinbase. It's nothing crazy. Actually, order books are still much more heavily stacked on the buy side than on that. And perpetuals, yeah, they will be slowing down upsides with these walls. But yeah, the main theme of the day is still we are enjoying longs. We were longing with hundreds of millions. We are now enjoying profits, and this was your latest long. I think that's it from me, traders. Very long video. I covered everything. I covered my trading, what we can expect next. I covered what we needed. I will be updating charts this week, and after I update charts I might do another video. Okay, traders, thank you for watching. If you want to learn, join our group. You will not regret. A lot of knowledge to be absorbed, and everything I said in the video is just for education, entertainment, no financial advice. Have a great trades, traders, and bye.